In a dimly lit server room, the hum of cooling fans sounds like heavy rain. Enter our protagonist, Vinny. He's 30, wearing a cheap hoodie, looking at a terminal like it's a vault he just cracked. They told me I was too old. They told me flunking college meant I was garbage. But I got lucky. I got a seat at the table of Data Corp. But let's call it what it really is. The family. The engineering team here runs like the New York Mafia. The CTO is the Don. The senior architects are the capos. And me? I was just an associate, a soldier, trying to make my bones. My capo, Big Tony, throws a ticket on my desk. "Vinny," he says, "we got a problem. The Don wants to know who is connected to who. We're building a feature called the Inner Circle. If a user joins, we need to immediately recommend them to the friends of their friends. And we need it fast, no latency." Most rookies would panic. They'd write a triple-nested for loop. That's DFS. That's digging a hole in the desert and hoping you find gold. You'll crash the server and Big Tony will have your badge. I knew better. I knew BFS. I treated the database like the streets. I started with the target node, the user. I threw them in a queue. That's the waiting room. I pulled the user out, found his direct associates, which is level 1, friends, and marked them as seen. You never visit the same guy twice. That's how you get caught in a loop. Then I took all those level 1 guys and threw them in the queue. When I pulled them out, I found their friends. Boom! Level 2. That's the inner circle. I wrote the script. The complexity was O of V plus E. Linear, clean, efficient. I pushed the code. The latency dropped to 0. Big Tony nodded. "Good work, kid. You just earned your keep." With the first envelope of cash, my bonus, I bought a tailored suit. But I wasn't done. The Don wanted intel on the competition. He wanted to scrape pricing from every rival platform. The other devs were trying to go deep, hitting one product page, then the reviews, then the user profiles. They were getting IP banned for suspicious activity. I used BFS again. Broad crawling. I hit the homepage, grabbed every link, put them in the queue. I scraped the surface of the entire internet before diving deep. I built a distributed crawler that moved like a wave, not a drill. We had all their data before they knew we were there. Years went by. I wasn't writing code anymore. I was designing architecture. The old CTO, the Don, was getting slow. His systems were laggy. His routing algorithms were taking the long way around. Packets were getting dropped. I saw the opening. The company infrastructure was a graph. The Don was routing traffic through expensive, heavy nodes. I mapped the network. I ran a BFS on the infrastructure itself to find the shortest path for our data packets. I cut the latency by 40%. I saved the company millions in cloud costs. I walked into the board meeting. I didn't have a presentation. I had the metrics. "The old ways are slow," I said, sliding the report across the mahogany table. I optimized the routes. I control the flow now. The board looked at the Don. Then they looked at me. They gave me the chair. They gave me the title. I walked out of that room the CEO. I built an empire on a simple rule I learned when I was a nobody. Always clear the immediate level before you go deeper. Control the neighbors, and you control the network. BFS isn't just an algorithm, kid. It's how you take over the world, layer by layer.